Hello and welcome to another edition of Die Rollin. And if you're joining us from Kickstarter, hello and welcome to our channel. I'm Jamie and this is...
Not Jamie.
Adam. And the guy behind the camera is Will. So Adam, why are we here?
So we're here today to talk to you about Damnation, the Gothic Game.
Now, isn't that a game back from 1992?
Wow, it's like you've done research for this. Yes, this is actually a remake of a game from 1992 called the Gothic Game. Yeah.
So how do we...
Have you ever heard of the Gothic Game before, by the way?
Absolutely no.
I have not heard that.
No, so how do we have this game? So the publishers have sent us a prototype copy of this game to review at our pleasure, and we're going to give you an independent review on whether you should back this game on Kickstarter or not. And if you backed it and you're looking for some general idea of gameplay, we will kind of very slightly drive you down that path.
Yeah.
So without further ado,
let's get this to the table, right?
Yeah. Okay, so this is the player board. If you have a look at the player board, the health tracker is along here, and there is a health token here for measuring the health. There are these little, almost like star tokens, and these star tokens go over your player abilities. And at the top, it tells you what your special power is. And mine is unprivileged. So at the beginning of the game, I get to draw 5 heirloom cards instead of 3. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, including things like the vial of blood, the Count's ring, lucky charm, wolf carving, and the cherished locket. So hopefully, as we play through the game, that's going to give me some advantage over the other players. But we'll see how that plays out.
Okay, so I have to draw 3
Will
of
is
these.
the vampire.
Yeah, so I've got to draw 3 of these first. For these are the extra abilities the vampire has, which is what these cards are. So he's got Sanctuary, Player. So I've got, so it's like, oh, so these are his action cards. Okay, cool. So I can use these whenever as like the actions instead of my hand.
It's a great
Awesome.
game, just playing
Yes.
with wheels, just like pulling teeth sometimes.
I rolled a 3, so I am just going to walk out the door to there.
Just turn around now, because you're not welcome anymore. Right, Jamie, it's your turn then.
Right.
The vampire is speeding around.
He's speeding.
He's moving at speeds of 3,
And so...
which is great.
And we have to stay away from the vampire.
So you got a 2, and you also got the dreaded trap thing. So if you move over a trap,
I'm going to use a fake.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to re-roll one of my dice.
okay. So you got 1.
So that means 2. But that's okay, because I'm going to go out the door.
Excellent. Cool. Okay. My turn. Can I have the dice?
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Excellent. So I've really done nothing all game so far.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
So I got a 1 and a blank. I'm going to use my fate token to re-roll any dice. So I'm going to re-roll again because that was terrible. 3 and a candle, so I can add 1 to that dice roll or subtract 1. So I can move 4 or 2 basically. And there is actually a door here, but they accidentally left it off of the thing. I'm gonna go this way. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You on? You on? Yeah.
Yeah, cheers.
Okay.
Right, the
Come on,
vampire's turn.
vampire.
Where you at?
Come on, scary vampire.
Oh, 6. Oh, he's coming for me, isn't he? 'Cause he...
And then
Move your timer down.
No, I'm playing this action. Prevents me from turning down the timer for this turn. So I get an extra turn.
Great. Your turn then, Jamie. Go at Dark Tower.
Yeah, apart from I need this dice. 1, but I get an extra 1, so that is 2.
So just jump over the trap.
Yeah.
Deftly done. Right, I'm going to now roll and try and escape from Will's... Oh, Jesus. Right, 2. I'm going to run for it. I'm going to take this off. Gives me another dice. I can add roll a d6, so I can add an extra dice to that, so 3. So I'm moving at speeds of 5 or 4. No, sorry. Yeah. 5 and 3. Right. So probably 5? Oh, God.
The torch chamber looks good at this point, doesn't it?
I'm going to get into here. 1, 2. And a fortune teller. So it's an event. Draw the top card from 3 different room decks. Okay. That's cool. Okay. Let's see what's going on. What's cooking in the kitchen? Interesting. Vampire. Move your timer down. Yeah, that's what I thought. Do you redraw your action cards, or is that it? For the...
You get 3 for the 6 rounds.
Okay. Use them wisely, right?
Yeah.
Oh, for 5 seconds, 10.
But there's no point in a 10 because
You can't get in the room.
Can you not?
No, I can't go into rooms.
Didn't invite him in, right?
You know,
He's not invited into the rooms in his own castle.
No,
Right,
I'm
where you-
locked out.
Where are you moving
It's
to?
forbidden entries. No, you cannot use secret doors or enter rooms apart from the vault on your final turn.
Okay, come at me then, bro. Where are you coming from?
Well, you got the choice of escaping either
I do,
way.
and I will be using it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
nice. Nicely done.
Ooh, okay.
Well, after the vampires failed, I'm going to take the slow train down to the Dark Tower.
4.
I think I failed.
So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice.
So basically, we just have to keep Will from getting back to the vault now, right?
Yeah.
It's like a Benny Hill sketch.
I've got a way of doing it.
4. Right, which door am I coming out of?
Come out the one next to me, yeah?
From
Getting to the Great Staircase. That's the
1,
1.
2, 3, 4.
Wow, I wouldn't have done that. I think that's like the worst idea ever. I would have gone out into the Great Staircase.
Yeah, but then if I don't roll a 6, I'm dead. I just fall down to the death bit. So probably not good either
3
way.
turns.
3 turns. Is he going to do it, ladies and gentlemen?
Bearing in mind he's got to get back.
I'd go back if I were you, Will. You got to get 8.
1,
2,
3,
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
He's coming for me. He thinks then he's got 2 turns to get to you. I don't think it's worth it, but you know. Your turn, Jamie. What's going on? Is the aristocrat going to get into the Dark Tower in the end? 5. There we go.
Straight in. So I get to...
So, in the Dark Tower, because all the rooms do something slightly different. Let's have a look at the rules. The player can only enter the Dark Tower if they possess a soul, which you do have one.
I have 2.
Not in real life, but you know. Okay, so on entering, the player must discard a soul token in exchange for drawing the top card from the Dark Tower deck. Did you do that?
I did.
You haven't? You got two soul tokens on your card still. Oh. Excellent, cool. Okay, and you also gain a talent token, which is one of those skill kind of star things. Right? Did you get something cool?
I did.
Do you have over 5 cards in your hand?
Nope.
Oh, that's pretty good. Vampire's not. Do you know what? I'm not surprised that Will's the vampire. Like, if anyone was going to be the demon in this game, it was going to be this guy. Right, so let's have a
Bad.
6 or 4.
Okay. 6. Right.
Can I move back into the Great Hall at this point?
No,
Why not?
because the door to the Great Hall.
Do you know what? I've got 6 or 4. I'm going to move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he's gonna. You got a bit of a run in to do now, Will. I'm afraid. Move your timer down. Oh, I think you need to get back to your little vault, mate. With your 5.
But I'm going to play my card after rolling. I may return to the vault before my final turn.
Hang on, stop. You can back that in.
Put yourself back
down, because I'm horrified by that action. So,
Use it any time to cancel any card played by any player, including the vampire. This card is discarded.
what a
So you can still move 5 spaces though. Well done.
Never mind. So bad for you, son.
You got 1 turn to get back. Oh, you're crusty. You're toast.
Oh man.
Right. What's going on?
Well, I feel can I exchange for another one of those?
No, you have to choose any secret passage, I believe. So players cannot discard their own soul. Oh, sorry. The following turn, instead of rolling to move, the player must move directly to an empty secret door space of their choice.
So secret door space being one of those, right?
Yeah.
So
The one furthest away from the vampire.
yeah, we're gonna go with that. So I'm gonna go all the way over to.
Yeah, good suggestion. Well, right on his way back to the vault.
I'm gonna go all the way over.
That's not a secret passageway.
Is that not?
No, it's these little these secret
Oh, okay. Yeah. Cool.
kind of trapdoors. Oh,
Yeah.
it's risky over there.
I'm going to go over here. I'm going to stay
Okay,
well
cool.
away. And so, but I get
What are
to
you
roll,
doing?
right?
No, that was it.
I thought that was the end of my last turn. I thought you.
The following turn, instead of rolling to move, the player must move directly to an empty
okay.
secret door space of their choice.
Well, I've done good.
We're doing okay for like health at the moment, actually. You and I.
Well,
6.
well,
All right, cool. So when you get 6, you roll the dice again. So I have 10 movements.
If only you had that before, right?
I know, right?
But you've got a soul, so you can now go into the Dark Tower.
No, but I have to go to the vault first.
No, there's an
No.
arrow there.
There's an arrow there.
Oh. Cool. And then I'll spend my soul. Bloop.
Oh, do you know what? I'm going to change my mind. Is that alright?
With what?
I'm going to put my guy back there. I just realised
You
there's
put
an
in the
arrow
same
there.
spot.
I wouldn't have done that if I were you, because the vampire, he can move through rooms, I believe.
No, you can't.
No,
Can
you're
you
not
not?
allowed to move through anything.
Oh, okay.
You can't use secret doors or enter rooms.
Right, vampire. This is your last go. Can he do it? 8. Oh, he's done it.
7.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just.
No, you're not in.
You're
You've got to
not
be
in,
in the
no.
vault.
I know,
You got
but
eight.
I'm not in. That's what I'm saying. I'm just out.
Oh, right.
Oh, what happens?
I die. That's it. I'm out.
You're out of the game.
And the vampire's now back in the room. So you can still become the vampire, but I'm dead.
So we've just played Damnation, the Gothic Game.
It was good.
It was good. So the general premise of the game, because we didn't explain that at the beginning. Do you remember what the general premise of the game is?
General premise of the game is to slaughter all your fellow opponents.
Yeah, and plot-wise, do you remember where we were and what we were doing?
We're at a castle.
In the castle. We were in Dracula's castle.
Yeah.
And we were all playing Victorian villains who died, and we're kind of afterlife, and every night you go around killing everybody else in the castle to be the last survivor, and you wake up in the morning and it all begins again.
And the nice thing about it, of this game, is the board automatically immerses you into that theme. So straight away you know you're in a castle and you know you're trying to traverse around there. You know where the vampire lair is, you know where the torture chambers are. You don't want to go in there, but there's a kitchen, there's a great hall, and there's some really great, fantastic places to go in the game to start with. Obviously you're playing as your characters, and obviously you're trying to get away from your fellow characters so you can get some weapons and gather all the bits and pieces, and then that's when the slaughter happens and you're going straight after. Now the problem is sat in the corner as a vampire, and you as a player either needs to actively try and get there before your fellow players, and if you do that, that's great, then you get 6 or 7 turns to try and chase them around the board and try and bite them, and then get back before daylight effectively appears and kills you.
It was really interesting because you do have, like Jamie said, where you're going around, you're killing each other, well, you're trying to kill each other, but there is a character on the board which is the vampire who is very overpowered. If he gets on the same space as you or next to you, he can just kill you in one go. But there is the risk-reward thing, because you only have 6 turns to be able to actually kill somebody before, unless you get back to where you started as a vampire, you perish. Which is what happened to Will.
And like real life, if you go around maiming people with swords or weapons, you're going to die very quickly. And this game gives you that element of making you die very quickly. You know, it isn't going to be a long, drawn-out affair. It's going to be, I would say, between 10 to 15 minutes per player. We play a free-play game. It took about 45 minutes. I think if you played it again, I think that's exactly where you're going to be, about 10, 15 minutes.
I think that kind of works for it as well, because this is a player elimination game, and from the offset, a lot of people don't like that. If you're coming around your mate's house for a board game night and you're sitting down to play a game that's going to take 2 hours to play and you're eliminated in the first 30 minutes, you're going to have a very dull evening, potentially. Whereas games where they have got the player elimination, but they think about this by, having that, when Will was eliminated, it sped the game up because we have these death knell cards which were revealed, which actually then increase the chance of us ending the game quicker. So we had a card came out which meant all the weapons now dealt 10 damage, which was enough to kill anybody. So we went to this kind of sudden death mode in there. So I think the player elimination worked pretty well in this. It
did. It was frustrating. I found that quite frustrating because obviously at that point I'd gone around, I'd gathered all the bits and pieces, and suddenly we're in sudden death. So Adam had this card, and suddenly it really didn't matter. So it was trying to get yourself tactically in the right position.
Yeah, it was a game of cat and mouse throughout the game. Really, at some point Will was trying to chase me down as a vampire, and I was just running away from him full pelt. And in the end, he was just one space away from managing to get back into the vault and coming back as himself. So it was he felt really bad for the guy. But at the same time, at the end, when it was just yourself and I, it was a cat and mouse game of us trying to get to each other's rooms to attack each other. It was pretty exciting stuff.
So for me, when I play a game, if I'm really immersed into it and I feel like I've been robbed and I feel guilted and not quite rage quit, but frustrated, I think that for me is like a massive positive for the game.
When you throw stuff on the table,
because I got invested in the game and I really cared about it and I really wanted to win and play it again. And that was the thing, I wanted to play it again. And it's a review copy, which means I don't get to own it, which definitely means I'm going to be kickstarting this like you guys. But it was just such a game that I could just play with casual friends, or I could play with board game friends, and you could have a laugh with it. You could play out the adventure, you could laugh, you could cry, you could drink yourself into despair, but I really enjoyed the game. And one of the things we do on this channel is we try and think of some negative points about something that we don't like, even review copies. And there were a couple, because it's a dice game, there is that element of grind if you don't get the dice rolls. But that wasn't enough to take away from the fun element. If you drive into this game, you're just going to be immersed into this magical world of vampires and slaughter, and brilliant.
I think as well, talking about the theme of this, the artwork in this game is absolutely is phenomenal. There's a computer game called Deepest Darkest Dungeon, which if you know that art style, it's very similar to that. Google it. It is really beautifully drawn. The board itself is lovely, and the artwork and the cards is really immersive. It really you really do feel you're in this Victorian castle and you're basically trying to survive. I didn't feel like I was going around trying to kill everyone. I just felt I was trying to survive. It was all in self-defense.
It like the cards really, because it was a really good review copy, so it was quite close to print quality. If that's the quality and those are the components and that's what you're going to get, I think you're getting what I would call a classic board game with lots of depth to it that you can play multiple times in an evening. And if I think to games like Subterra, where you can play those multiple times in a board game evening, and in comparison to something like City of Kings or Mansions of Madness or Imperial Assault, where that's going to drag out your evening of board game, this is one of those games that you can play 2, 3, 4 times, and you're all going to get a different gameplay every time. And it's just going to be a fantastic immersive.
Do you know when this would be perfect to play this?
When?
Halloween. If you had a Halloween board game night and you didn't want to just have one game for the entire evening, this would be perfect for that. You have this, you have a couple of the horror games with it. There's great things that I would do.
And the thing about the horror genre is that they generally tend to be, and you can get some really good small board games. And so this will just absolutely supplement it. And it's not a card game, it's an actual fully fledged board game. And I'm really passionate about board games. I'm really pro board games as opposed to card games. So for me, this is a real pleasure. It was a fantastic 10 out of 10 game for me. And I really can't wait to kickstart it. I want to kickstart it now.
Well, you're going to have to wait till October the 24th.
Yeah, but I want to kickstart it now.
But you're going to have to wait till October the 24th.
I want to kickstart it now because this, I think, is for me going to be my game of the year.
Well, there we go. There we go. Well, yeah. So, yeah. I mean, what more can you say after that, really? Yeah, for me, it's thumbs up. This is a great themed game. The quality of this copy in itself is top notch. Few spelling mistakes, but that's the kind of stuff that comes out of like playtesting and kind of feedback from reviewers. Yeah, if you even are remotely interested in this game, you should definitely check it out. Cool, so first of all, I mean, you got your finger in there straight away, but first of all, jump in there. Thank you to Blackletter Games for actually sending us a review copy of this. We've had a great time with it.
Game of the Year 2019, Jamie Bray, you heard it first. So, thank you for watching all the way through. Hopefully you press that Kickstart button for the producers of this game. But
just up there somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere around.
Somewhere up there.
But we would like you to do us a favour. We're a new channel, we're emerging, and we really like people's comments and likes and dislikes, and sometimes they're bad comments as long as they're not personal and abusive right towards us.
Does that happen? Oh yes.
Yes. So please make sure that you click like and subscribe, and you can find us on all the social media channels, including
Facebook,
YouTube,
Instagram,
and sometimes Adam's on Twitter. And if you want those notifications, please click like and subscribe.